At this point, the journey stops being about growth, optimization, or even strategy alone and begins to reveal something deeper, something most creators never reach, which is awareness of the invisible forces shaping everything they do. Because beyond algorithms and rules lies a more complex reality, where attention itself is the most valuable currency. And the creator is no longer just producing videos but participating in a system that competes for human focus at scale. The realization is subtle but powerful, because it changes how success is defined, shifting it from numbers on a screen to influence over behavior, understanding that every second watched is not just engagement, but captured attention. And in the context of children, that responsibility becomes even more significant. This awareness introduces a new level of intentionality, where the creator begins to question not just what works, but what should work, considering the impact of their content on young viewers and the long-term effects of the patterns they are reinforcing. The channel, once seen as a project, now feels like a platform with influence, where choices carry weight beyond performance. And this realization can either become a burden or a guiding principle depending on how it is handled. At the same time, the creator notices a shift in their own thinking, becoming more selective, more focused, less reactive, because experience has replaced urgency and decisions are now guided by clarity rather than pressure. There is a growing ability to ignore noise, to filter out trends that do not align with the channel's direction, and to stay committed to a path that has been carefully built over time. This discipline becomes a defining characteristic, separating those who sustain success from those who constantly chase it, because consistency is no longer forced, it is natural, supported by systems that have been refined through experience. Meanwhile, the external environment continues to evolve, with new creators entering the space, new formats emerging, and platform dynamics shifting, creating a landscape that is constantly changing and never fully predictable. But instead of reacting to every change, the creator learns to observe patterns over time, identifying which shifts are temporary and which represent deeper transformations, allowing for more strategic adaptation. This ability to distinguish signal from noise becomes critical, preventing unnecessary changes and maintaining stability even in uncertain conditions. Another layer of growth appears in how the creator views competition, no longer as a threat but as a source of information, providing insights into what is working across the platform and where opportunities may exist. This perspective transforms competition into a resource rather than a barrier, encouraging analysis rather than imitation, and fostering a mindset focused on learning rather than comparison. At the same time, the creator becomes more aware of the importance of rest and reflection, recognizing that constant production without pause can lead to diminishing returns, and that stepping back occasionally can provide clarity that is not possible in continuous motion. These moments of reflection allow for deeper evaluation of the channel's direction, identifying areas for improvement and opportunities for innovation that might otherwise be overlooked. The creator also begins to think more broadly about impact, considering how their work fits into the larger ecosystem of content consumed by children and how it contributes to their experience and understanding of the world. This broader perspective adds meaning to the process, transforming it from a purely strategic endeavor into something that carries a sense of purpose, even if that purpose is simply to entertain in a responsible and thoughtful way. As the system continues to evolve, the creator remains adaptable, ready to adjust strategies, update processes, and refine content as needed, maintaining alignment with both platform requirements and audience behavior. This adaptability is not reactive but proactive, built on continuous learning and awareness, ensuring that the channel remains resilient in the face of change. Looking back, the journey now feels less like a series of steps and more like a transformation, where the creator has not only built a channel, but developed a way of thinking that can be applied to any system, any platform, any challenge. The lessons learned extend beyond YouTube, encompassing principles of consistency, analysis, discipline, and adaptability that are valuable in any context. And as the creator looks ahead, there is no illusion of certainty, no expectation that success will continue automatically, but there is confidence in the ability to navigate whatever comes next. Because the real achievement is not the channel itself, but the understanding that made it possible, an understanding that turns complexity into clarity and uncertainty into opportunity. In the end, what began as a simple idea to create kids' content on YouTube has evolved into something far more complex and meaningful. A journey through systems, behavior, and strategy that reveals not just how to succeed on a platform, but how to think, adapt, and grow within any system that rewards those who are willing to understand it deeply.